I want to thank the minister for reading the proposed 2021 Finance Act. And I want to thank the government of Sierra Leone for making strides in making sure that they meet to the proposed expenditure. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, for government to be able to meet to the total expenditure, government should scrutinize properly the Finance Act, because it dictates the pace at which revenues are collected, and it dictates the possibility of government being able to achieve the expected total expenditure in the budget. We are in a country in which we always have a very high budget deficit, just because we anticipate to get more money, but at the end of the day, the money we get is far below what we anticipate, thereby creating more financial burden for the country. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I believe we should tangle ourselves in looking at possible ways of creating more revenues for our government, so that when government undertakes any project, government does it at ease. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I frowned a little when I looked at the amendment that is proposed to be made on Section 25A of the Forestry Act in 1988. Forestry Act 1988, Section 25A, is being amended in this 2020 Finance Bill. They want to replace every cubic meter to every 20-foot container. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, since 1988, when this Forestry Act was passed here by Parliament, timber exportation was measured in cubic meters instead of containers. As recent as last year, in the 2020 Finance Bill, we unanimously endorsed that the measurement should be cubic meters instead of containers. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it will interest you to note that government loses so much revenue when it is measured in containers instead of cubic meters. I have done extensive research, and I am saying it now with confidence and with authority, that it is a universal standard that timbers are measured in cubic meters all over the world than containers. But I'll tell you why anybody will change from cubic meters to container. When you charge in cubic meters, you make more money, because a lot of cubic meters make one container. But when you do that same charge for cubic meter, you charge it for container, you lose money. Yes. And let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, this very act has been abrogated. People have exported timber instead of in cubic meters, they have done it in containers. Yes. And even the last presentation of revenues in timber that was made to President was done in container, which is an abrogation of the very laws we make here in Parliament. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I think we should not treat lightly the very laws we make. When you say corruption, an abrogation of a law that was consensuously and unanimously passed in Parliament is also a corruption. So we should ensure that it is maintained in cubic meters, and those who have done business in foot, in containers, should ensure that they give proper accountability of what the law says. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we are all aware that there is a monopoly in the export license. Leadway Trading Company use containers rather than cubic meters, which is a violation of Section 3 of the Finance Act that was amended in 2018 here. So it's a clear violation of the Finance Act. Thereby they undervalue the number of containers or the number of timber that were exported out of this country. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we cannot be a country which is in dire need of finance and we sit, fold our hands and feet. We see a single entity or a single company siphoning the finances of this country. Let me shock you, Mr. Speaker. For the exportation of one container, they pay $6,000. But what government receives is $2,500. Where is the $3,500 going? Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I am saying this because I don't want government to scandalate in terms of finances. I am an opposition MP. I'll just sit, fold my hand, fold my foot, if it were not for patriotism. But let us not support an individual company to succeed at the expense of over 7 million Sierra Leoneans. We are all aware.
So, Speaker, point of order. That's a very credible point you are making. I really want to gain from your point. So I would like to remember Minister of Finance here, other people in the Minister of Finance are here. So it will be good for you to give us the source, say from this time to this time. Because we saw the Leadway company gave a press conference. Had a press conference about 3 months ago. They explained how much they have received from the exportation and how they have used that money. They are paid into the consolidated fund. So I'm really happy for you to bring. Let me come for you to bring up that one. And we now talking about generating revenue, domestic revenue. If there is a huge gap like what you are mentioning, I think it's good for you to give the source. So when you are making a point from this other side, we'll tell the minister that this is the point coming from the source. Verify for us. I rest my case, Mr. Speaker.
I don't know what is there.
Respect for you. You are my senior in the Radicals Club, so we share the same matter. But I want to tell you, it is not a secret. Even in documents that are in the possession of Leadway, their measurement is in containers instead of cubic meters. That was made to the knowledge of everybody. I am saying this again because our targeted budget, what we anticipate to be the revenue, is over 9 trillion. So for us to be able to accrue such an amount, we must ensure that we close all the leakages. And one of the major leakages in this government is the exportation of timber. That was why even when there was a lockdown, when vehicles were restricted from moving from one district to another district, you know, there was a letter sent that concession must be given to timber so that they are not blocked as they try to transcend one district to another. That shows the importance government places on the revenue we get from timber. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we should not love a company, one company, at the expense of the general country. Yeah? You are all aware of the fact that even school subsidies are not paid on time because of lack of resources. You are all aware to the fact that even this budget that we are reading, I bet anybody, not even 60% of this will be given to the various MDAs just because of lack of resources. But we are aware of the fact that a single company is siphoning over 80% of revenues made through timber exportation. And we are still confident, and we are okay, and we are still clapping for them at the expense of the mere Sierra Leonean. Instead of, I was thrilled, and let me seize this opportunity to commend my senior member of parliament, from whom I have learned so much. That is Honorable Aaron Koroma. May God bless you, sir. You exposed a lot of things in this Finance Act. Instead of reducing what they pay for birth certificate, instead of reducing what they pay per bed in hospital, you increased it and you allow a single individual to siphon such a huge amount per container. $3,500 per container. It is his right. But those who are sick and being admitted should increase their payment for beds. Is that why?
Speaker, point of order. Speaker, Honorable House. My colleague on the other side. You are levying accusations, a single individual has siphoned such an amount of money. I've asked you to give us the source of your report or the source of your presentation. He has not given us. We are interested to know. We are not stopping you to expose anybody. To anybody who is involved in tax fraud. If that is the reason we have some serious charge for tax fraud tax. So we ask you to tell us just the source. I mean, just anything bad.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this House, the Committee on Environment, to which I belong, has on several occasions expressed dissatisfaction on what I am saying, and they have severally summoned the Leadway company, and they have reluctantly failed to attend our summon, just because they know there are people who defend them when we come to debate them in Parliament.
Not even the guest speaking.
Right.
Again, I learned something from Honorable Aaron Koroma. In his expose, he did say, when the music is nice, we play it twice. I'm going to play this twice. What pleasure have we for a sick person who was paying 350,000 euros per bed to now be paying 750,000 euros per bed? Somebody we should be sympathizing with. What pleasure have we in this House of Parliament to allow an individual to be making $3,500 per container for every exported container timber out of this country?
So yeah, not say siphon again.
That single individual or that single company can pay for all the sick beds for those who are sick in this country, provided we collect the money from them. But again, like I said, we are doing this because of patriotism. We are doing this because Sierra Leone belongs to all of us. We are doing this because SLPP is in power now. It is sacrosanct that they will not be in power forever. Somebody else has to take authority over this country. That boat where you get for tot, no make take dirty before it was SOP. And Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I also learned in page 15, that, of course, Mr. Leader of Government Business was asking for source. I refer you to 2018 audit report, sir. Yes. In page 15, clause 19, D is saying a taxpayer who undertakes a corporate social responsibility in the normal course of business as complementary activity in support of government in the following priority areas shall allow a 25% tax credit on such expenditure in the year of assessment. 1, free and quality education, children's welfare, natural disaster and disease outbreak, maternal child health. So this section is saying, if any company, through its social corporate responsibility, decides to help government in the free healthcare, in the free quality school education, children's welfare will be given 25% tax credit. Are we saying that if my company in Sunguya donates 10 packets of books, which is also an assistant to the free and quality education, that company should be given 25% tax credit? Are we saying that? So we should be able to be specific. Which kind of help? Which kind of help must they have given before ever they are liable to this tax credit, 25% tax credit? And meaning, this will be left at the discretion of officials in the Ministry of Finance or NIA. But let me shock you. Yeah? We know we are in Sierra Leone. We know we are in Sierra Leone. Somebody will connive with NIA officials. Say, just go and donate books. Just go and donate pens. Just go and donate this. Then we'll enlist you for the 25% tax credit. And when they do it, then they are qualified. They don't pay. They have 25% tax credit. Is that wise? Let us make sure that when we are making law, we make them stringent, so that we don't allow an individual to benefit out of the laws we make here. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I would have had a lot of burden today to explain, but I have been saved by my senior colleague, Honorable Aaron Kuruma. I thank him so much. He has done very well. So I would not belabor on the point. He said it, you know, in the areas of birth certificates, and in fact, because of time, it did not go through every increment that government made in this very bill. And if we pass this bill is against the people of this country. The people of this country would not benefit from this bill. The people of this country will have more financial burden from this bill. And we know the present status of the economy of the country. We know it's very difficult for one to find what to eat for a day. Instead, we decide to capacitate a company out of this, and we decide to push the financial burden on the ordinary Sierra Leonean. Treatment chart. Previously, for one treatment chart, you pay 250,000 euros. Now, you pay 500,000 euros for the chart, just for the chart. Yes. That you don't want people to go to the hospital. You know, I am still surprised that this bill targets sick people. I don't know whether we are anticipating that sick people did not vote for us in the past election. Yes, we are increasing the level of paper doctors in the country. Because when I know I am to pay for chart, just chart, 250,000 previously, and now it is 500,000. Why won't I call Palamina that has a bicycle? that stays behind my house to prescribe for me. Palamina does not mean honorable Emasculamina. Maybe it is uncle. Yes, for just ordinary paper. In fact, when I call it chart, people think it's more sophisticated. The chart is a paper, ordinary paper. For clinical chart, clinical paper, let me don't say chart. Previously, it is 300,000 euros. Now it is 700,000 euros, Mr. Speaker. If we approve this finance bill, if we approve it, it is against the livelihood of the people. I could remember when the minister had the opportunity to come here with the supplementary budget. He did say that it is the livelihood, it caters for the livelihood for the mere Sierra Leoneans. And the livelihood of Sierra Leoneans highly depend on what they are expected to pay when they are sick or when they want to eat. Yeah? So if a sick person is expected to pay more than double what he has been paying, he or she has been paying, it means this budget does not cater for the livelihood of the mere Sierra Leonean. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to save my breath, but I want to make it very, very clear. We in the executive arms, the legislative arms, and the judiciary arms of government owe a moral obligation to the people of this nation. Because we dictate the mode of operation of these people. That was why Mother Teresa said, until life is lived for others, it is not worthwhile. Our lives are making no difference if we depend, if we insistently push the financial burden on the people.
Yesterday Sunday, get collection.
It was also Reverend Dr. Chibundu who said, if you are in a generation and you do not affect that generation positively, you are a minus to that generation. It would have been better you never existed in that generation. I don't want to be a minus to this generation. I have given out my views and hope to benefit out of the exercise of the discretion of members of parliament that we should not pass this bill and we should go and review most of the clauses in this bill. I remain honorable applicable.